chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh, no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started, and off we go from Lambeau. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike! 158! Right. Check three.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And again, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Rodgers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
319. Back in these tracks. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Rodgers now to throw. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Rodgers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On first down, Jones. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how.
Now Jones. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Blue 58. Callie, don't left, Callie.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 25 on second down, Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now Winston. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
A gain of 15. First down, Buccaneers.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jameis to throw it. It's caught by Mike Evans. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Winston now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Jameis again. Will Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in for the yard out. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Hey, man, 319! Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run!
On 1st down, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Interception all day, baby.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Oh, this may be a free play for Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is knocked away and incomplete. But I think it was a free play. Let's check the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Watch tight. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 3 down, 3 down. Check.
Final play of the half here, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Okay, over here.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm trying to collect.
It's caught here by Adams. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
You got 58. Watch the eye. Check 20. Right left. We are going.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Levante David in on the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Jim. All right.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Touchdown, Packers! Allen Lazard there to make the grab. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it. And as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Here's Ogunbowale, and he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 39, Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Ready? Flaco, do that. Watch right there. Watch right there.
Winston now to throw on first down. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's got this down to the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Draw play, Winston to Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Gay is on for the point after. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Packers 10. Bradley Pinion will kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Check. Hey, black.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And that's complete to Adams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Bring it. Inside. Check the outreach.
On first down, Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now it's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Rodgers now 12 of 16 thus far. It's first and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. He's got the first down here inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's first and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
At the 13-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't. Charlie, front left, Charlie. Whip. Watch the whip.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let him know.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 6 yards away. As his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
That's the score. Packers 17. Buccaneers 14. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Jameis now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there and a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Winston to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times, nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Back to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Ready? White 25.
From the red zone now, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Over here. Check 4.
This is Jones. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage.